Now, according to City Hall, 2.3 million Londoners live below the poverty line, with a third of adults skipping meals so that their children can eat. And with the school holidays upon us, there's concern that more young people could miss out on meals. It's why a food charity has opened a permanent kitchen and a fourth warehouse in East London to support families, many suffering as a result of the pandemic. Sonia Jessup reports.
Served up on pallets on an industrial estate, a feast for these families in Tower Hamlets.
I think it was outstanding.
Outstanding. Wow, what did you like about it?
I liked all of it because it's nice and healthy and it tastes really nice.
I looked the rice and I like the broccoli a little bit.
Some people don't get food, so it's lucky for us.
I think there's nobody here who sleep without the food. Everybody have a food in their plate. If these kind of people we have around us, and I feel blessed to be here.
They're being fed by the Felix Project, a charity that takes good quality surplus food destined for the bin and distributes it to those who'd otherwise go hungry.
Climb through the bins.
Michelle runs a holiday scheme for local children and says some parents are desperate.
We saw one guy going through the bin, and good thing I had food in my back of my van, and I'm like, stop, hold on a minute. I opened up my van, and him and his partner were so grateful. I just filled up their bag with food. I do have a couple of volunteers at one point have fed their children and gone to bed hungry. So this is real, this is on our doorstep.
More than half of children in Tower Hamlets officially live in poverty, the highest rate in London.
Before the pandemic, across London as a whole, more than 100 million meals a year were needed, and we know that's gone up by at least 20%, probably more than that. And this kitchen that we're opening today is really a fantastic lasting legacy of the way of Londoners and the way they've supported us through the pandemic.
This is the first time they've had a purpose-built kitchen, staffed by chefs from top London restaurants. They say they can waste less and feed more.
We had a whole pallet of cauliflowers, which was too big for the supermarkets. And so we used the most modern techniques, cooking a cauliflower whole and then slicing it. Supermarkets don't accept certain foods because they're too big or too small, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that.
Here, when they're getting their baskets, they're getting stuff like pheasant and scallops and haggis, and the grins on their faces, it's just like, oh my God, is that literally for me? It's like, yes, it's for you.
There was also support today from former Spurs player Ledley King, who grew up in Bow.
I'm sure my mum found it difficult at times to feed myself and my brother, and that's something that you don't want any families to go through.
The project's founders are appealing for more volunteers. Holiday hunger, they warn, is a growing problem. Sonia Jessup, BBC London.